Well, here she is, the 2011 Hobie Mirage Outback. Been working on this all winter, and just want to show you some of the features that this fishing machine has. We're located here in Massachusetts on the southeast coast, and some of the things you point out is I'll have to put the stickers on. We got the Stolquist sticker, and then we've got the Boomerang Fishing, which is a great source of fishing equipment. Hobie Outback fishing insignia. Commonwealth of Massachusetts Department of Marine Fisheries. They're the ones that issue the saltwater fishing license. NOAA Fish Watch. Coming around on the back side, we've got the Avet reels. They make a great one-piece aluminum reel in a bunch of different sizes. Fishing for a Cause, which is kind of a really nice tournament over in New Bedford, Massachusetts. New England Kayak Fishing. And then we have the Westport River Watershed Alliance. They keep the rivers clean and fishable. And then we have www.stripersforever.org, and they're interested in keeping striper fishing non-commercial. And then we have ACK Fishing, which is a great source of equipment. They're located down in Texas, and a lot of the equipment that you see on this boat came from the ACK people. Lead duck, interesting story. What you see is kind of the remnants of the history of some of the vessels that I've owned. I owned a 20-foot Mako outboard center console boat. Its name was Lame Duck. And so every boat that I've owned, including some jet skis, I had a jet ski called Just Ducky. The dinghy that took me out to the Lame Duck was called Duckling. And so I thought maybe I would name my kayak the Lead Duck, and of course play on words, could also be the Lead Duck. And when a beer-bellied guy like me is sitting in it, it's probably the case. It's a Lead Duck. Hobie insignia is Yak Attack. They make some great equipment. West Marine also powered up some of this stuff. And you can see the Talek supports that I use for the kayak. And up in the nose you'll see a shark mouth set up here with the eyes. Kind of interesting. You also notice that I have two anchoring systems for this boat. I don't always use them both at once, but occasionally the calls for that. So I'll just briefly explain this. This is a trolley system that you see here. It allows you to run through some pulleys, the front and rear, and that allows the anchoring system to go from bow to stern. That's used quite often. And then when you really need some holding power, I have one up in the front that is set up on a ram mount. Kind of an interesting setup. And we have the Manson Racer 1 pound aluminum anchor. Very, very light. And as you know, with kayaks, weight is everything. So that has a great trolley system and locking mechanism so that it will prevent it from coming back out easily. West Marine, they make a lighting system, so when you're out at night you have the red and green bow light that is necessary. And also Yak Attack makes an elevated shaft light, and also certainly the pirate flag adds a little fun to the whole setup. We also have the American flag, and we have the Hobie original flag that came with it. The propulsion system, we have three propulsion systems. We have the Mirage Drive, which you see here in its stored position, and it's secured in place with a leash so that it won't be lost. It's kind of expensive. They're $500 or more, so obviously you don't want to lose them. And then when we get into areas with extreme current, we have the Hobie Evolve system, which is an electric motor. The whole setup was developed in Germany. Very good system. And we'll take you down underneath, and you can see the propulsion system that's down underneath the boat. And we have several propellers and spare shear pins in case we run into problems in that regard. You see this aluminum shaft here is a guidance shaft that allows the propeller to line up so that you can get it in and out of the hull without the propeller hanging up. And certainly when it's going to be operated, you want to have that out of the way so we have a place where we can store it and keep it from getting lost. We made some modifications to that because right from the manufacturer, they didn't lock this handle onto the shaft, so after a lot of wear and tear, what would happen is you drop this down in place and the metal part would keep right on going to Davy Jones' locker and you would lose it. So what we've done is we've put a aluminum nut and washer on here and drilled a hole through the whole mechanism, so now it's locked in place. And also Hobie makes a retainer so that that is leashed in place. And this is also, by the way, leashed in place, and it can be pulled out and stored in the hatch, which I will show you currently. There's a liner in here, a little place for cohogs and stuff. You can pull the liner out, and you can see inside where we have the transducer mounted, and also the Hobie valve drive will go readily in there and stay out of the way. So that's easily done. The electric system for the depth sounder and fish finder, that's all set up in here. The eVolve drive battery is bungeed in place. If I could take this and put it down inside, you can see that there's a bungee cord that goes across the seat pillar posts that are shaped something like an hourglass, so the bungee runs across between the two, easily taken out so this battery can slide forward and you can undo the electrical contacts. Also down inside here you'll see that we have a 12-volt battery that you can get from Hobie that allows you to run the depth sounder and the fish finder. Electrical connection, quick disconnect. You can charge this, both of these batteries, when it's in storage, right through this hatch without having to remove them. And certainly another important aspect is a fuse holder, waterproofed, epoxied in place so that water can't get inside and raise problems with that aspect of it. Hobie makes a great storage liner. You can put all kinds of things in there. I have some bug repellent in there. You never know when the mosquitoes and the gnats are going to attack you, especially in low wind conditions at night. Over here we have a compass, rubberized. I believe it's made in the Scandinavian countries. Kind of nice. I have one in my other kayak. This is the rudder system that allows you to control the rudder, port and starboard. And you can also raise and lower the rudder. This locks in place. You can pull it back and put it in here so that it won't pop off, stays down, and then you can take it out of the truck and then you can use this to pull it up. This is the Elite 5. This is a combination fishing sensor and also a depth finder. You can use it as a GPS. It's a great system. Also has you can see the 1.3. That's the distance in 1.3 feet from where the hull is now above the ground. So it fluctuates a little bit, 1.4, 1.3, depending on if I rock the boat. And this is the eVolve controller. This is forward, neutral, and reverse. I have it slightly aft of the seat, just so that it's out of the way. You'll also note that these two are both mounted in recessed areas with ram mounting systems, so that when the devices are taken off, you can have it fairly flush with the hull. Makes egress a lot simpler. This is a set of fishing pliers that Hobie makes, again on a retainer. Great for locking on the lips and not hurting the fish. We also have a couple of devices here that I want to point out to you. This is a Grace Echo Extreme system for sound. It has a iPod inside so that you can play music, and you can also listen to songs of just kind of relaxing environment. Sunglasses are in here in a case. Over here we have some fishing pliers made out of anodized aluminum. These are made by Boomerang. They have stainless steel cutters. They're also on a retaining system. You'll notice that I have almost everything on a retaining system in a kayak because you know, things tend to take a drink if you're not careful. So you can see that the rods and reels are all leashed in place. This is an Avat SX, nice casting reel loaded with some monofilament, short rod. And this is the mast that I normally use for the GoPro system. It allows you to film a lot of different things hands-free. And I can also place it in this area here where the mast light is currently. So you can have a rear-facing view as well. You'll see the Yak Attack. It's kind of a safety mechanism so people can see you. It's got a strobe light at the top at night. Easily removable. Again, has a safety feature for bungeeing it in place. Have a weapon to discharge mighty bluefish with teeth that can sometimes get hung up and cause a problem, and the only way to get you out of that mess is to dispatch them with a bat. Also have a gaff, very seldom used because a lot of my fishing is catch and release, but should I catch that all-important big bass that's a world record holder, well then I guess I'd want to have to gaff it in order to make sure I didn't lose it, so that would be the case. And certainly a bilge pump is never something that you want to forget. Over here we have a spare paddle. You can use this for hand paddling in tight areas. You can also hook it up to one of your rods with bungee cords in case you lose your paddle. Paddle is restrained in place. Hobie makes them, has yak grips. It's not the greatest paddle, but certainly as a backup system, it's very, very good. No problems with that. So that's basically it, except inside we have this, this is a milk crate device we got from Hook One. Inside it has a Hobie emergency flag, the American flag that takes the place of the pirate flag. Just kind of a fun device. Hobie Cat makes a repair system. In here we have spare flipper, chains, tools, spare propeller for the Evolve drive, emergency kit with antibiotic ointment, band-aids, scissors. We have a mouth-to-mouth resuscitation device. We have holders for bait. Tube and a worm is one way I fish quite a lot. Then you probably see some plugs in there, surface casting plugs and spare storage and things like that. So that's the device for the crate pack, and so that allows you to have some nice concise storage. And we have a knife, and I guess that's about it. So hope you enjoyed it, and maybe we'll have some other videos later on.